Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Ian, this is iRun Daily, and this is the first of a 6-week series of half marathon training. Now, I recently entered and completed the Reading Half Marathon. I managed it in a time of 1:36, which is a good time and a time I'm quite proud of, all things considered. But it's quite a way from my personal best of 1:28:30. Now, I'm not expecting over the next 6 weeks to get into half marathon PB territory, but what I thought would be a good and interesting challenge is to see if I could get down close to the 90-minute mark again. So the challenge is set, a 90-minute half in about 6 weeks time, and this is the training for the first week. Now each week I'm going to focus on 3 key workouts that I will share with you as part of the training update. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the third of those key workouts, and that is the longer weekend run. So we'll come back to workouts 1 or 2 a little bit later. Let's get out on the road and see how that third key workout is going. Out on that third key run of the week. So it's Saturday, and this is the longer run with a focus on those intervals at threshold pace or around half marathon pace. I've got about a 15-minute warm-up, just progressing through the paces, and then we're going to go to 4 7-minute efforts at threshold pace, which for me at the moment is 4:15 to 4:30, and then a 3-minute recovery interval in between. So the warm-up is nearly done. First of the 7-minute efforts will start soon, and I'll catch up with you as we go. All right, about 5 minutes in to the first interval. Lap pace is about 4:24, so near the bottom range, but this is the first one, and this part of my run is ever so slightly uphill. And what I want ideally is to align 2 things. First, my RPE, so how I'm feeling when I'm doing these. The fact that I can talk to you now shows that I've got a level of control, but you can tell I'm working hard because it's short sentences, but also that I'm maintaining that pace in a steady way. I'm not fluctuating, I'm not starting off too fast and then clinging on. This is all about building control at that threshold pace. Okay, done. So 4:24 was the average for that first interval. Try and remember that. Now, I didn't film interval 2 and 3 because I wanted to really focus in on the interval itself, but they went pretty well, hitting around the 4:24 to 4:23 mark for each of the 7-minute intervals. So you join me at the rest period between interval 3 and 4 as we're just about to start that 4th and final interval. Woo. I went into the start of that third interval thinking I've got no chance here. These are just too tough at the moment for me. But about 3 minutes or so into it, so just under halfway through, just started to open up a little bit, and I sort of checked in on the pace, and it was doing okay. So I think the second and third intervals averaged around 4:24, so probably the same for each one at the moment, and we're about to hit
The fourth interval, it's okay. I'm working hard. I'm working harder than I would like, but that's because the paces and the fitness are just not where I'd like them to be. But I need to kind of try and mentally detach myself from that. I am where I am, and you know, I think as long as I remain consistent, it will get better, it will improve. Alright, I'm focusing now. Last 7-minute interval. I'm going to try and make it a good, strong one. See if we can dip under 4:24 pace. Okay, interval done. I hope that recorded. The camera was off when I just pulled it out then. I thought it was on the whole time. I don't think I recorded that, did I?
And no, you didn't press record, so you didn't film that fourth interval, which is a shame because it actually did go really well.
Anyway, if I didn't record that, which I don't think I did, that was 4:19 average. Slow to start for the first 5, but I was able to lean into it at the end, so I'm pleased with that. Alright, 3 minutes easy now, and then the cool down, and that is the first half marathon key workout, well, long run anyway, done.
So I'll share the data on the screen. So as we can see, we have got pretty much a mile for each of the 7-minute intervals, which is kind of what I was expecting it to be. The first interval was average of 4:24, second one was an average of 4:23, the third one was an average of 4:23, and then that final one, I did manage to get that average down to 4:19. It's pretty decent. What I would note is the heart rate was high for those intervals. It's very rare that I see a 178. Now I'm using a wrist-based heart rate monitor, so how accurate that is, you know, you can sort of use your own judgment on that. But you know, they were sort of consistently sort of going up in the right direction during each of the intervals. Average heart rate as well for each of the intervals, steadily going up, 165, 166, the third one was 164, and then that final one, understandably, as I'm getting more fatigued, was 167. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with how that run went in the end. And what I will do is just increase the length of those intervals over time and decrease the rest, and then hopefully we can sort of see how we are progressing. So let's go back through the week and see the other key workouts. So we'll go back to the very beginning of the week, on Monday, which was an interval session 5 by 2 minutes. So I find 2-minute intervals is really easy to scale. So I'll probably start with 5, I'll move up to 6 next week, 7, 8, before kind of bringing it back down again. And I've got no set pace or heart rate or power goal for these intervals. It's all just about trying to go as hard but controlled as possible. And then moving into Wednesday's workout, this was really tough. And again, this is one that I will repeat every single week, and I'll try and keep it consistently the same, and I'll tell you why. This is going to be a sort of tempo / threshold based workout where the effort comes towards the end of the run. So the legs are in a slightly fatigued state when I start it, and it's going to be 15 minutes at tempo / threshold pace. And what I'm hoping is that over time the heart rate and the RPE will go down whilst the pace remains the same, and that's going to be an indication that my fitness is going in the right direction. So during this week's run, that 15-minute interval, there was an average of 4:25 pace with an average heart rate of 159 beats per minute and an average power of 322 watts. But I would say that the RPE for that was really high, 8 or 9. By the end of it, I was really having to move my arms in order to keep the pace going. So yeah, that was a tough one. Distance of 3.39. And that is it. It's Saturday at the time of filming this. I'll have one more run tomorrow, which will just be an easy sort of 45 minutes, and that will kind of finish up the week. So it'll probably be around sort of 40k's worth of running over the course of a week. So not a huge amount at all. And we will leave it there. If you have got any thoughts or comments, tips or advice, I'm always eager to learn and hear from you. So drop those in the comments below. If you want to see the rest of this training series, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button, and I will see you in a new video very soon.